Tom. Hello everybody, Tom Fawkes here. Welcome back to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we made it here to the Starforge system on an unnamed planet that I'm just going to refer to as Rakata. We've seen aliens like this before in the dimensional prison we found. Several Rakata here, all dual wielding swords. They seem to be a very ancient race. I wonder if there's any of these that I could talk to, maybe shop with. Lore Master will surely be interested in your stories you've gained since last visiting us, Revan. Still a lot of stuff here. I mean, like, these guys are very much worth looting. But I'm gonna live up to the vow that I gave them when I was Revan, I suppose. But I will also see if there's a peaceful accord that we can come to on this. Gotta keep my Jedi facade going while I trick people into thinking that I'm the dark side or whatever. More wicker bins and footlockers. You call that a footlocker? I call that a basket. I'm looking for any Rakata with unique names. Although we only have 2 quests here so far. Kill the elders. Well, okay, 3 quests. Find or no, I guess like whatever. 3 quests: disruptor field, parts, and killing people for the Rakata. Lore Master Gyarshi. Greetings, Revan. I am Gyarshi, the Lore Master of our tribe. I am the keeper of histories and chronicler of the conquests of the One. You're a Lore Master? What do you do? Memorize books? The position of Lore Master is a sacred and respected one among our people. We are the keepers of history, the ones who pass down the traditions of our people. I am here to chronicle the conquests and achievements of the One. I have followed his exploits for many years, and yours as well. Mine? When you last came to this island, the One had just arrived with his army. We then spoke as now, and you told me that of your travels and stories about the worlds beyond ours. You spoke of the magical force you wielded, which gave you the power over elements. But then you left us and we went back to the stars, never to be heard from again. We wondered what had happened, what could have gone wrong, but could do nothing against you or the elders. Do you not hate me for leaving your people before? It does not matter to me what path you choose. History flows in mysterious ways, and my task is only to witness and remember which course it takes. Your actions then, as now, are memories to be passed on to the future generations. When you are dead and gone, your memory shall remain with us. Can you tell me the history of your people? What of our people would you like to know? Tell me how your people came to be. In the times before our most ancient histories, there was nothing you could call the Rakatan people. There were unintelligent proto-Rakata wandering the surface of this world. Spawned from the womb of this world, they were gifted with the brilliance of thought, but not tempered with the wisdom to use it. When the god of the sky first spoke to them, the ground shook and heaved, and fires raced across the surface of the world. They fled beneath the ground to escape the calamity and dwelled there for some time. At last the gods spoke to them in dreams of the surface and the light. They re-emerged from the ground and found the land much changed around them. Gone were the plains and valleys they had known. Instead, there were islands stretching across the breadth of the world. The world had been remade for them by the gods of the sky, and they gave thanks in fear and gratitude. Tell me of the gods you mentioned. The world is ruled by the gods of the earth and sky, both living and dead. When the gods remade the world, the gods of the earth, who had sheltered and protected the Rakata, were gone. When the dead whether dead or of asleep, they have not been heard from again. I think dead or asleep. Nor did the gods in the sky listen to our pleas any longer, although we can still see their lights gleam in the heavens. So we mortal Rakata are left here to our own devices to make sure the future we demand for ourselves. So something tells me that the gods of the sky are the people who developed the Starforge, who may or may not be advanced versions of the Rakata. Tell me of your first civilization. Back in the days of the First Awakening, when our people rose from the ground and brought the light of civilization to our new world, our people spread far and wide across the islands. Among these people were some that rose to greatness on the largest islands, Rakatans of vision and forethought, who built great monuments to themselves and their leaders. But these cultures did not know their true strength. They did not draw upon the knowledge of their past to feed the present. Of course, these cultures, with their centers of learning and their great temples collapsed in riots and chaos, burning their culture to the world in an orgy of violence. It was 1,000 years of darkness before the light of the First Empire rose upon the blood of the past. Tell me of the First Empire. With the first civilization of our people destroyed and the chaos of anarchy sweeping the islands, it seems that a time of darkness had descended upon that would never end. But a strong nation of survivors yet endured. On one of the smaller islands near the equatorial regions, they had not forgotten the oldest traditions, those learned from the gods of the earth while we dwelt beneath the surface. Taking the knowledge of their elders and passing their wisdom and skills on to the next generation by eating their flesh, they built a culture unrivaled throughout history, greater even than your vaunted republic. For millennia this empire stood, uniting many islands of our world into one cohesive whole, each generation passing its strength onto the one that followed. But fate was unkind to these great Rakata. These first ones of our kind to rise above savagery and create a true lasting civilization. Tell me what happened to the First Empire. Our skin had been hardened and turned black from the time of our people spent beneath the surface, but always at the fingers of society, fringes of society were the rumors. Rumors of those other colors who survived above the surface while we dealt below. From the ancient cities we have examined, there was much fighting and death, as well as fires that burned bright and hot enough to melt the stone of their palaces to glass. Also, in scattered fragments and records, we have heard of a people being found, a people unlike the Rakata, but taking our form, who waged a monumental war that tore civilization apart. What this war was, or who those beings were, we do not know, but they are the demons of our legend. We believe them gone, wiped out in the vast conflagration, but we cannot know for sure. What happened after the collapse of the First Empire? Our civilization lapsed back into savagery. We were no longer the great people of centuries past. Brother turned on brother, tribesman on tribesman, until all fought and sought to destroy each other. The legacy of the final war and the collapse that came after it still echo with us today. We are still a fractured people. Many tribes dwell on these islands, warring with each other constantly. Each seeking to grow its own strength, absorbing that of its enemies through their flesh cut down in battle. But none has been strong enough to exert their influence over more than a handful of islands. Until now, that is. We are now in the midst of a great war of reformation, of reclamation. Tell me of the War of Reformation. Before, none were strong enough to bind the tribes and unite them towards a common goal, but that changed. Now we do have a leader, and under him, we have swept across the islands, conquering all who have stood before us. This leader, is it the one? Over the last 20 years, we have conquered over 100 islands, both large and small. The one led us to victory where none have before, further strengthening us with the blood of our enemies. We have subjugated many tribes as well, their warriors joining our great crusade. But recently, things have not gone so well. More and more outsiders fall from the sky and kill our people. More and more tribes resist us or even rebel. It has taken a great part of our strength to resist, but under the one we shall prevail. Nothing shall stop him from forming the Second Empire. What is the one doing here then? We heard of the temple on this island, the Temple of the Ancients, a building the like of which has not been seen anywhere else. A great place of power. It was a great place of power is reputed with great guardians as well. The one came here with an army to see this temple and seize it for our cause, but we were met with the strange and powerful magics which have defeated us at every turn. So now the one sits here and broods on his troubles, listening to only the messengers who bear his orders to all corners of his territory. If only the riddle of the temple could be solved, and its guardian elders removed, then he would be able to consume their flesh and knowledge and bring unity to our people. It is my sincere hope as well that you can help us with this great task. Go through all that, and now tell me of the one. The great story of the one would take many days to tell in its entirety. It is my specialty, of course. What would you like to know of our great story? Tell me how he was raised. Born to poverty and raised in a hovel with no elders to guide him and share their strength with him, he had nothing to rely on but himself. But in his weakness, he was uniquely destined for strength, and the burdens it carries with it. Even in his youth, it was obvious that the One was destined for greatness. But when but a youngling, he defeated one of the strange blue-armored warriors who fall from the sky and feasted upon him. The respect of his battle gave him the step he needed to go forward on a path that led him ever upward since. How he came to power. By adulthood, the One was held in awe by those of his tribe, as both a warrior and a leader. When he challenged the chieftain of his tribe, no one doubted that he would prevail. The chieftain could see, and knowing that the One would bring the tribe into greatness, offered himself up without a fight. The tribe fed well and was stronger for a sacrifice. Under the leadership of the One, his tribe conquered all others on the island, capturing and subduing their warriors, feasting on their chieftains, and growing his own army at the same time. He was truly a force that could not be stopped, a leader unlike any we have seen in our history. He will be the one to unite us all. Tell me of his conquests. After he conquered his own island and his army had grown to a large size, he turned his eyes towards the nearest islands in the archipelago. With each island that fell to him, his army grew stronger, his wisdom greater with each chief given up to him, and his vision of a future for our people brighter. Before long, he had conquered every island in a month's sailing and had armies expanding in every direction. It seemed that nothing would stand against him then. But we have learned of the temple of the ancients here, on this forgotten island at the edge of the true sea. And the One was intrigued. It was a place of power, to be sure, and none could doubt its significance. Driven by portents and omens, we came here to this island with 1,000 of his finest warriors, and here we stay. We cannot leave while the temple stands unopened, and we cannot enter while the elders stand against us. And the One sits each day brooding on the fate that has led us to this impasse. Like to know something else? I must go now. If you must, I shall remain here as I always do, listening to those who wish to speak and remembering. I gain experience just for listening to this man, and I am lightheaded from talking as him for so long. Deep voices use more oxygen, I've learned. That's why when Sean Schemmel was doing a Super Saiyan 4 scream, he passed out in the booth because he had to do it in a lot deeper voice than he would have done in any other Super Saiyan form. Whew. In any case, let me take a deep breath here. Adjust my chair so that way my shoulders are a little bit more comfortable. There we go, and we will head out of here. The settlement exit. Ooh, but as we leave... Oh, okay. I guess if I had done this violently, that would have led to a fierce battle. Instead, I'm gonna fulfill my, RPG OCD. None of those letters, none of those letters match, so I can't form an acronym to the acronym. And I'm gonna fill in the map around here. A lot of warriors around here. I thought that guy was using a mace, but it was just a gizga in the background. I think I actually might be having a crash right now because I drank an energy drink earlier. If you follow my social media and my vlogs, today is the day that Alfredo and Jackie came over with Gabu, with their little corgi Gabu for the first time and met Manatee. And oh my god, did they have an adorable day of play and kind of learned of each other's like limits and how to like, you know, play with each other well. Gabu was used to sort of playing in a certain way, and Manatee was used to playing in another way, and they kind of like came to a compromise as they kind of like learned each other more. And I must say, Manatee was being a very good boy, as he would back off whenever Gabu would yelp. He was kind of Gabu would kind of instigate, but Manatee was a bit of an aggressor, and would often have Gabu pinned down. But Gabu is so cute. He's this sweet little corgi, and can't wait to see more of them and all the possible antics they can get into together. Anyway, let's head to the temple exterior. Wild Rancor. Okay, I guess this one wasn't. Well, these ones weren't trained, huh? Oh boy, I only got one of them. One of the Rancors just sort of disappeared. Where did the other Rancor go? Could I target him? Oh! That's a wibbly door. So this seems like it's the Temple of the Ancients. Look at the wibbly door! That is a wild effect. So this is probably the Temple of the Ancients, but I still want to explore around here. I saw another entrance there, but again, I gotta fill out the map. Oh? Oh, Mandalorians? Oh my god! Well, I resisted the poison, but Jesus! Wow, I managed to freeze all of them! Alright. Oh boy! Freeze, sucker! Wow, this was a trap! Freeze him, you dangus! Disengage and freeze him! Criminally! Master Valor. Heal. Okay. Saint Jeezum! Freeze him again! We're gonna die! Alright, freeze him again! Okay, he's dead. Alright, we got all the Mandalorian. Oh, we didn't get them all! Christ alive! They had 3 different types of grenades on me at that one. You have a data pad or anything? Mandalorian head, Mandalorian assault armor. Why do I have a Mandalorian head? Let me check that Mandalorian assault armor. Assault armor. More defense. Damage resistance to cold and fire. 2 damage types that I don't use a lot. Mandalorian power shield. Ooh, T3, you could use a little bit of heal in there, buddy.
And you need?
Healing. I'm wondering if maybe I should have given the, Mantle of the Force to Jolie, so he'd have the better, what's it called? Force regeneration, like I've got here. Oh boy, Rancors! Holy cow, Jolie's dead! Oh, use it again! Ah! The other one's not back up and running! Oh no. Just keep going on the flamethrower! Just keep going on the flamethrower! Oh my god! Rindo buddy, alright? Just gonna spam heal here for a little bit. Oh, this is why I wanted to play a Jedi Consular instead of a Sentinel. Cause he just healed so many times. It's a light side power, he's neutral, and he still has so much force left over. No HP, but plenty of force. Alright, let's just kill this guy quickly. Flip a dip. Okay. So we got the temple here. I think there was another, yeah, there's another exit off to the south, so we're gonna go there first. Whew. I think I either need to get something to eat or just go to bed after this. Manatee's already passed out. He had a big day today. After Alfredo, Jackie, and Gabu went home, Manatee like conked out for a little while, and then he was up and at him being a kind of a jerk. Oh God, where's there? I can see him in the background. Dan, zoom in on Jolie running closer. Maybe put in some menacing music. And thus he's gotten his target. All right, let's head to the South Beach. Also, big shout out to Dan. Oh boy, more Mandalorians. Shout out to Dan, my editor for this series, and Austin, my editor for Mother 3. Because they both do amazing jobs. And I'm, oh boy! Hey, we got the parts that we need. Ow! That did 72 damage!
Yes?
Something tells me I missed my saving throw for that one.
What?
Anything else we can loot around here? Ow! There's just a minefield down there. Oh, more wild rancor. Oh no, please don't succeed your saving roll, thank you. Maybe I should start off with Valor. That would reduce how good their save would be. Let me put that on us, and then I'll get into Rindo, Jolie is gonna die. There we go. Wonderful that damage is based on my... Hello? Is this just a rival tribe? The plot thickens. That's not the temple, that's for sure. Or oh, you know, this might be where the elders are. Let me check the journal entry I got. You were ambushed by some Mandalorians. They thought they could defeat you, but you proved them wrong. Is that all there is to that quest? I have a head. There's a lot of electricity here, and there's an entrance to the settlement. Well,
And you need?
healing, please, Jolie.
What?
And T3 could use some repairs. I think, can I fast travel back to the ship? Yeah, I think after I'm done in here, I'm gonna switch T3 and Jolie out for some new party members. Or I might do it between episodes when nobody's looking. Now, is this a death trap, or... You are not Rakata. What is your business here, off-worlder? Let's see. I have come from the Rakata to speak to you. From the Rakata? Then you are a spy and must be killed. Well... Okay! Oh, I didn't get a chance to save! You are not Rakata? What is your business, here, off-worlder? I seek the Starforge. You are Revan. The council wishes to speak with you. You may enter. Oh, thank God I did that right. I pretty much retraced all my steps. Did everything I could. What do we got, like 6 or 7 minutes left of this episode? These guys seem to be a lot more technologically advanced than the other Rakatan we've encountered. We of the Elder Council did not expect to see you again, Revan. We thought you had betrayed us. Why have you returned to our village after all this time? The one wants the ancient secrets you protect. That cannot happen. The knowledge of the ancients that was that of extinction. If we allow such technology to be unleashed again, it is inevitable that the Rakata will be utterly destroyed. That is why the secrets of our ancestors have been locked away within the temple. We would give our lives to see that they do not fall into the hands of the One, or any like him. You should know this from the last time you were here, Revan. We explained all this to you. I spoke to you once before. What did I want? Is this some type of test, Revan? Some type of trick? You came here seeking our aid. You came in search of a way to enter the Temple of the Ancients. You claim to be seeking a way to destroy the Starforge, and we were foolish enough to believe you, unaware of your true nature. We helped you enter the temple. But you betrayed us, Revan. Instead of destroying the terrible legacy of our ancestors, you unleashed the evil of the Starforge upon an unsuspecting galaxy. And you now stand before the Council of Elders once more, and once more we ask you, for what reason have you returned, Revan? I need to get into the temple so I could destroy the Starforge. I'm gonna say the second one. I'm sorry, I have no memory of our last meeting. Do you think we are fools, Revan? Do you think we have forgotten how you lied to us last time? Why should we believe you now? My mind was destroyed. All my memories were lost. It changed me. I'm not who I once was. They say that the experience of our past define us and makes us what we are. If it is true you have lost your memories, then perhaps you are changed. But how are we to know this is not some sort of trick, Revan? I am a servant of the light now. I want to make amends for the mistakes of the past. The part of me that was Revan is dead. Now I am Rindotakian. I regret the mistakes of my past. I want to make amends. Enough of this. I'm the Dark Lord reborn. Bow before me. I see this is going nowhere. I'll just kill you instead. That part of me that was Revan is dead. Now I am Rindotakian. You say that you are not who you once were, and yet you are on our world repeat the patterns from your last visit. Like the last time you have crashed here, like the last time you have come seeking our help. How have you changed, Revan? The one wanted me to kill you, but I've come here peacefully. Again, you are repeating the pattern from before. You know we hold the secrets to entering the temple, that is why you do not attack us. You come in the guise of a friend, but how do we know you will not betray us again? I cannot prove what is in my heart. I only ask that you judge me by my actions. We sense you mean the words you speak, but words are easy to say. It is actions that prove the nature of your character. You must prove that you are not the same as you once were, Revan. You must prove that you have changed. How can I prove that? Recently, several of our scouts were captured by the One. Most of them were brutally slaughtered, but we have information that one of the scouts is still alive. They use unimaginable tortures to force the scouts to reveal everything he knows about our tribe, and once the One is done with him, the scout will be executed like the others. You must prove you have truly changed by risking your own life to save another. Rescue the scout from the clutches of the One, and we will consider helping you. Maybe I can negotiate with the One to release your hostage. We'd prefer if you find some way to save the prisoner without bloodshed, but we don't believe that will be possible. The One does not like to negotiate. So if I save the prisoner, you'll help me? Risking your life to save the prisoner would show that you are sincere about making amends for the past. Okay, I'll help you, but I have some questions. We will tell you what we can, Revan. Do you know how to disable the disruptor field that caused my ship to crash? The disruptor field is one of the ancient defenses of the Starforge. A great generator within the Temple of the Ancient fuels it. You will have to enter the temple to disable it. I want to ask you something else. I have questions about you, your tribe, your history, the temple. You should speak to Orsa, the Keeper of History. He is located near the Great Computer on the far side of the Enclave, but I will do my best to answer your questions. Alright, I want to learn more about the history of the Rakata Empire. Our history is a long one, but it is one filled with bloodshed and sorrow. Once the Rakata ruled all the known galaxy, but our empire was destroyed by our own corruption. If you wish to know more about this, you should speak to Orsa, the Keeper of our history. I'll be back after I rescue the prisoner. The prisoner is being held in the chamber of the One himself. Return to us once he is free. Until then, you have free run of our enclave. Alright, peaceful solutions. Peaceful solutions to complex problems. Let's explore this enclave. Oh, I see. Okay, so their skin tones are different. Oh my god, I've entered into a goddamn race war. Yeah, these are the underground Rakata that have emerged from they're two. My god, damn it, I really have entered into a race war. Elder Researcher, you have returned at last, Revan. I was beginning to wonder what happened to you in the temple. You know me? We had previously met when you last entered our enclave many years ago. You inquired as to my research then as well. You came here to gain access to the temple and were never heard from again. Some thought you might have betrayed us to the others, but they were never able to penetrate our defenses. But if you will help us now, then the time taken is nothing. Is there anything else you require? What are you doing? What am I doing? You mean the purpose of my research here? What is your research? As you may have heard from our historians, in our distant past, we melded technology and the Force to create truly wondrous effects. We guided ships across the galaxy using our power and incorporated its use into all aspects of our society. But something happened somewhere. What happened? There are a variety of theories on what happened. Perhaps we became immune to the effects of the Force from over years. Perhaps our breeding habits rendered our species insensitive to it over time. None truly know. The only discernible result was that we could no longer command the Force as we had. Its powers had escaped us. With its loss, our technologies could no longer hold us as far above the subjugated races we ruled, and our empire began to crumble. The races we subjugated rose up, plagues swept our worlds. We could do nothing against all these calamities. In the end, only the members of our race left here, on our homeworld, survived. So what is your research then? Every once in a while there's an individual who has an affinity with the Force. Maybe not the ability to use it directly, but at least the ability to remain open to it. I believe this is a sign that whatever genes our species had gave us the ability to use the Force are not completely gone. Perhaps when the ancestors of the current tribes fled beneath the surface, some retained this trait. We have been working for years to isolate this gene in an attempt to resurrect it in our species as well. We of the Elders do not have Force sensitivity ourselves, but by harnessing the genetic structure of other tribes, we hope to be able to breed the gene back into our species. Ah, eugenics. You're capturing prisoners for their genes? You make us seem like monsters. Truly, we are not. We capture them, yes, but only because the tribes have become extremely xenophobic in their millennia trapped in this world. They would not aid us willingly and killed our messenger when we asked. We believe that if we get a large enough genetic sample, we can reintroduce the recessive Force-sensitive genes back into our people, allowing us to once again access the heritage of our past. Heritage? You mean the temple? Yes, the temple. It can only be entered by those sensitive to the Force, so it has been barred to us for ages. What we find inside may allow us to lift other tribes out of barbarism into which they have fallen and restore us as a productive force in the galaxy. You're trying to restore your empire, aren't you? No, we do not want to fall down the path that so twisted our people before. This time perhaps we can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the galaxy and become a force of good. How close are you to finishing your research? We are quite far along, having had centuries to work already. But with the arrival of another tribe on our island, we have been restricted in our movements to just our enclave. We have captured a few of their warriors, but the one that really interests us is their leader, the One. The One? What's so special about him? Those with the genes we seek to be marked, seem to be marked with the destiny that caused them to rise above others, as we did as a species early on. In hearing the stories his warriors tell of the One, we believe that he may hold some of the genes we seek. He may be nearing Force sensitivity. Unfortunately, he and his people are much too aggressive and violent for us to ever get close enough to study him. His corpse will not do either, as only a living body would work is of use to us. In time, though, the differences between our people will lessen enough that we may study one another and gain information we need. What kind of information do you need? Genetic data drifts and changes over many millennia. We have been here, specific data on exceptional individuals. If only we had access to the data of our ancestors. They must have known much, much more than this. They had a greater population sample to work with. I believe that in the temple there may be information we seek, perhaps in old archives or scrolls, maybe even the ancient computer if anything is still functioning. This information will help us greatly in our work, and we would be very grateful to you for it. Is there anything else we can help you with? What do you know about the temple? It is ancient, that we know, and it is guarded by advanced technology that only Force-sensitive races can penetrate. Recently, we've seen ships coming and going from it, similar in design to the ones that came at about the same time you did many years ago. Other than that, we do not know, although we would dearly like to find out. Is there anything else you could do? Or is there anything else I can help you with? I have to go now. Very well then, come and go as you please. Interesting. I'm wondering if I should go along with this little eugenics project that they got going on here. We'll have to see though. Elder Worshipper. And these guys have names? No. I think that's just gonna about do it for this episode. In the next episode, we are going to continue wandering around the enclave of droid. Oh my god! It's one of those droids we saw in the plasteel cylinders. Oh man, these guys really are much more advanced than their barbaric counterparts. We saw one of these droids in the original, like, Starforge star map location on Dantooine. Anyway, next episode we're gonna continue wandering around this enclave and then see if we can negotiate peace between the more barbaric rocket, between the One and the Elders. And if we could broker that peace, who knows what good could come from the galaxy of it, or what evil we might unleash unknowingly. Who knows? See you all then! Later!